Dion win.
Hi everyone, welcome back for the very first time, and today we'll be reviewing a new film that I hope you will be tempted to watch after we discuss it. And this is the directorial debut of Fanny Liotard and Jérémy Truil, and the film is called Gagarine, which was a Cannes Select title in 2020, but unfortunately didn't get to play at Cannes. It's been playing in quite a few film festivals over the last few months, and a release date is kind of inevitable in the UK, I believe, so I thought it would be the best time. But this film really just grabbed me by one photo. It's the photo I put in the thumbnail. It really just kind of evoked a lot of ideas in my head. I didn't really know much before I went to see it, but I was lucky enough to see it at Glasgow Film Festival, and honestly it was one of my favourite films of the festival, and at the minute it's one of my favourite films of the year. Anyway, enough babbling, let's get discussing. Yuri is 16 and has lived all of his life in the Gagarine Towers, a vast red brick housing project on the outskirts of Paris. He dreams of becoming an astronaut. When plans to demolish the Gagarine Towers leak out, Yuri joins the resistance. With his friends Diana and Hussam, he embarks on a mission to save their home, which has now become his starship. Right, this film treads finely on the magic of what cinema is, but it slaps very hard with its bold sense of realism, and it's quite cold at times also, because it's this kind of weird balancing act that we have of this sense of building up a dream, but also the world's kind of biting you in the ass. And I really love this kind of counterbalancing, but the visual aesthetic of this film is utterly delicious. But what I truly admired from Liotard and Truil is that they give so much hope to youth in this film, and it just builds on destiny, on dreams, community, friendship, everything that kind of makes growing up so interesting. And what I love about Yuri is that you kind of latch on to him straight away. There is a lot of charisma to his character, but also fear, and a fear that we all go through growing up, because we don't know what our destiny will be yet, but we are our own architects, and Yuri is kind of this kind of beacon for that. But also it just gives the youth of today a bit more oomph. It gives the youth of today a bit more oomph to them. We get a lot of films where everything's bleak and we're going through Instagram and hating our lives and all this, but this just shows drive, and how this drive kind of builds and builds and builds. But this beautiful friendship that Yuri and Hussam and Diana have is really the kind of the beating heart of this film. But the full soul of the film is the Gagarine Towers. It's a beautiful, diverse community of people that live together. Yes, they have their problems, but also they are unified by their love for each other and the love for their home. And the fact that this home is now at threat just really just builds this unification, and it just shows how a building is not always just the bricks and mortar. It really is the soul of a lot of people, and it really just defines you at times. And I think it canvases the outskirts of Paris quite well. Maybe not in the sci-fi context, but it just shows the diversity of people living together, and how some people can live together in quite a harmonious sense. But what really just builds on this then is these beautiful dreamlike sequences that border on sci-fi. They're just so transcending, and it's quite interesting because Liotard and Truil, they kind of mesh both of these elements together. So sometimes you don't really know you're in this kind of like dreamlike sequence, but it just hits hard and it's amazingly good. And once you get to like this final sequence, it's just worth the money alone, because the final sequence of this whole film is just what makes it such a grandiose debut. But I'll just give you a little bit more context about this film. This was actually a short film from 2015 that got eventually made into a feature film. But Fanny Liotard and Jérémy Truil, they actually got to know the people within this community quite a bit, and they just loved the idea of the Gagarine Towers, and they felt like the short film that they made was just not enough. So they made a fiction tale using professional actors and professional actors together, in the sense of like a Sean Baker kind of film, which it does have that kind of element to it, I might add. But once you talk about somebody like Yuri, he was a first-time actor. He's played by Alseni Batili, who steals the show, and I hope to God that a lot of more French studios will cast him in films, because there's a lot about him and he really is the driving force and he really umphs the film so much. And this sun-drenched sense of graininess that the film has, it's a free-flowing kind of film that's very liberating, but it just really just shows this interesting counterbalance of what life can be with the sweet and the sour, as you would say. But Gagarine is one of those films you should definitely be checking once it comes out in any territory that you can see it, or buy it on Blu-ray, DVD, just do it. PVOD, do it, just do it. It's so good. Anyway, that was my review for Gagarine. Please let me know in the comment section below if you have seen it already and what you thought of it. And I will be back with my So You Want to Get Into Sean Sono video in a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much to my new subscribers, my old subscribers. I hope you're doing well. And thank you very much for supporting this channel. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.